Moving into our last story of the day, we got updates, you guys, on what's taking place at the border. Like I've always said, not only is our national debt one of my major issues, but so is illegal immigration. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Your help and support would always be appreciated and is appreciated. Well, folks, Joe Biden's breaking another record. I mean, talk about almost a 2-year anniversary, right? I think Friday was the 2-year anniversary of this knucklehead being president. He's still breaking records on illegal immigration, even though it's been what's called a challenge, not a crisis, a challenge according to the Biden White House from Jen Psaki, right? Karine Jean-Pierre's predecessor. Now Karine Jean-Pierre's echoing the same thing. The Biden administration, meaning Biden and Kamala Harris, both echo the exact same thing. Still breaking records. They have it all under control. How do we expect this guy to handle any sort of anything if he can't even protect our own borders? But here we have America's southern border continues to be inundated by a massive flow of migrants. U.S. Customs and Border Protection are reporting a whopping 251,487 Southwest land border entries during the month of December. You guys, I just want to point out, since the founding of this country, we've never seen numbers like this, like not even close. So Joe Biden literally, and he actually already held the record before, he's beaten his own record. Like, let that sink in. It's not like another Democrat or anybody else has come close, but he set a record, and then it's as if he set out to beat that record. Like that was his resolution of 2022. He's like, if I have 250,000, I'm going to beat it, right? The guy has no clue. He can't even protect our own borders, but we're supposed to have him protect us from any sort of foreign adversary, right? Like China, Iran, which the Iran nuclear deal hasn't been extended, right? There's nothing going on with it. So actually, John Kirby was on the podium during that same White House press briefing that you saw on the podium there during the first and second and third segment, saying, oh, well, the timeline's shortened basically about them getting a nuke. So that's just lovely. Well, CBP sources tell Fox there was over 70,000 known gotaways at the border in December, noting that December marks the 10th consecutive month that southern border encounters have exceeded 200,000 people. The 10th consecutive month. But he has everything under control. On Friday evening, Border News dropped. CBP reports the 250,000 plus migrant encounters. There have now been 717,660 encounters in the first 3 months of fiscal year 23. You guys, that's insane. That is insane. To give you a perspective, when Russia invaded Ukraine, they invaded Ukraine with roughly 120,000 soldiers. Okay, I understand they have weapons and machinery and all those things. We're seeing 250,000 people a month. That's twice as many people pouring across our borders than Russia did to invade another country. It's not an invasion, though. Nope, can't be, because they don't have weapons or anything like that, even though drug cartel do. There are massive amounts of fentanyl pouring across, which is a major crisis happening. You got cocaine and other things. You got violent gang members. You have literally terrorists coming across the border as well. But, with the Democrats want open borders because Democrats don't care about the country. They want the country to freaking fall apart because they think the country's racist, right? They think the country's terrible. It says, quote, the December update shows our new border enforcement measures are working. Even as an overall encounters rose because of smugglers spreading misinformation around the court-ordered lifting of the Title 42 public health order, we continue to see a sharp decline in the numbers of Venezuelans unlawfully crossing our southwest border, down 82% from September. This is from the CBP Commissioner Troy Miller, said according to a press release. Now, you also have this same messaging being echoed by Karine Jean-Pierre and the Biden administration that numbers are looking good. We're doing great. Numbers with Venezuelans are down. Yes, you knucklehead, that's okay. You're singling out a specific type of people or specific race or specific geography of where they're coming from, however you want to phrase it. But yet your numbers are still shattering records. So see how they spin this and manipulate this? Because the average American is just going to look at it and be like, oh, okay, our numbers are down. No, they're not. They're being blown out of the freaking sky with December. So check this out. Again, December was 251,000 plus. Okay, November was 235,000. October was 232,000, and this was a total for 3 months of 717,000 people. Almost 1 million people in 3 months. 10 months in a row, again, 200,000. Every single House GOP should have to answer this question. You ran on securing the border. You have the majority. So what are you specifically willing to secure it with? So now there's reports out there that what GOP are trying to do is utilize our military assets like Apache helicopters and just military grade equipment to protect our southern border. Now, this was also echoed previously months before by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, that was utilizing the Texas Constitution to basically issue military personnel at the border as well, not to target immigrants or illegal immigrants, but to target the drug cartel that are basically helping kill millions of Americans, not just through brutal gang warfare, not through drug warfare, but also just bringing different types of drugs across our border that are killing our children and also just American adults as well. But there you have it, folks. Joe Biden is, shattering records once again, shattering records with the illegal immigration, shattering records with inflation, shattering records the way our economy's going, shattering records with the domestic policy, shattering records with the amount of freaking classified documents he's going to have at his home for decades. But, nothing to see here, folks. It's all smoke, no fire, no investigations happening. Hunter Biden is not being looked into. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.